Welcome, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you are having a fantastic day, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon. It is the 104th installment of Gold Pass Clash of Clans. In today's episode, we take on a fully maxed out Town Hall 14 in farming. We pick up the brand new Season Pass, and I realize it's like mid-month by now, but that's okay. We are catching up, and we are, of course, using code Galadon before we make a purchase in the Supercell shop, and of course, we are picking up some free gems. So that was nice because we are spending a ton of gems today, something a free-to-play account is less likely to try, but we're going to do it because we needed to free up some builders because of all of that season bank loot that we rack up every month thanks to this simple $4.99. The Gold Pass, the greatest value in all of Clash of Clans, is amazing even if you are a maxed out player because of the 1 gem donations. Now, of course, right away, you'll notice that the 10% boosts are right at the beginning of the Gold Pass track, so we are going to get out and grab some Season Pass points before we use the gems, the builders, and all of that season bank loot. So it did mean wasting a little bit of loot right here on the full storages, but it's going to pay off because we are going to get a 10% discount on our upgrades. So always pay attention to the track. It can change from month to month. And we got in there, just did a few attacks using healers, and now I believe, yes, there we go. Okay, so we've got not only the 1 gem donos that we don't really use on this account, but we've got the builder boost and the training boost so we can get those farming armies ready more quickly. But the issue at hand is, yes, the need to spend all of this insane loot. So we've got 1 builder free, the Archer Queen goes down, and the thought was here, okay, how do we organize this so that we have the minimum number of gems spent and the maximum number of upgrades done? So we finished with a book, the Archer Queen, we put down the Grand Warden, and then we needed to free up some more builders. And the idea here is, well, it's only 274 gems, which now to a free-to-play player would be painful, but for us, we get so many free gems every month that it's not quite that bad. So we went ahead, we freed up a builder, now we're going to put a scatter shot down, and this is a 15-day upgrade, so we went ahead, used the book on the scatter shot rather than on the camp, and yes, thank goodness. Okay, that's maxed for Town Hall 12, and now we go rinse, repeat. We've got the gold storage, another 274 gems, so over 500 gems invested in not wasting loot, right? Because we're going to get all of these storages under their max so that we can start actively farming again, and again, it becomes that issue of how many walls do you do that leaves you with the right amount of loot? There we go. Just under 4 million in gold remaining. Now we're going to do the same with Elixir, clearing the loot cart, the treasury, making sure we utilize every last drop, and then we can do 1 more wall, and that should send us down to a camp. I believe that should be it. Here we go. And look at that. I mean, that's beautiful. The season has reset, and we have lots of room in the storages. We've got lots of builders working hard. And actually, the next upgrade that was about to finish is the Royal Champion, to the goal that I've set for myself episode after episode. Trying to get your Royal Champion to level 10 is a big step. And so we are finally going to be on our way to level 10 in today's episode as she hit level 9. And yes, I skipped a bunch of raids. I don't always show you guys all of the farming raids. If you want to see those, though, I am live streaming most of my farming on both Gold Pass Clash and No Cash Clash at fb.gg/realgaladongaming. The URL is at the end of the video, and it's also in the description. And yes, I do live stream on Facebook instead of YouTube. I know some people are disappointed about that, but I'll promise you right now, because I live stream on Facebook, the community is amazing there, and the chat is easy to read. If you have a question that you want Galadon to answer, pop on over, and I promise you I will see your comment and I will answer your question. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about the raiding and some unusual bases. Now, we did, yes, face a fully maxed out Town Hall 14. No, this is not it, but this was, I'm not sure if this is like maybe from the Peter $17 school of base design, where build your walls around the outside and nobody can get in, or if it was just a fun thing to do. Maybe he's trying to grow a bunch of trees in the middle of the base to make a beautiful nature scenery. Not quite sure, but whenever you see bases like this, it is truly your responsibility to punish them. That's right. Take all the loot. Don't let them get away with stuff like this. They think they're being cute or fancy or funny or different, or maybe they're just ignorant. Maybe you need to teach them a lesson about how gaps in bases work. Now, this is, of course, the largest gap that we've ever seen in any base ever, and that's what makes me think that there's no possible way this player did this accidentally. Nonetheless, it was a lot of free loot, and we do appreciate that. Whenever players leave a gap next to their town hall, we take advantage and we thank them by taking as much loot as we can and trying not to give them a shield, okay? We try not to give out free shields because, town hall sniping, that's like 2019 type stuff. So yeah, okay, I went ahead and showed the entire raid because, well, let's be honest, if I didn't, we probably wouldn't have an 8-minute video on our hands, and then Galadon's advertising revenue would decrease, and then Galadon probably might not be able to afford to do the next Gem to Max video, and then you would be sad. So total disclosure right there, or you could use code Galadon. Okay, here we go. This is at 2x speed. This is the fully maxed out Town Hall 14, and yes, I'm just a little baby Town Hall 13. Don't even have maxed out troops or heroes. Didn't even have all of my heroes here. I only had half of them, and we are going to get in here and annihilate, right? It is going to be amazing. So now we're going to have a little bit of difficulty getting all of the loot, but that's simply because, well, this is a relatively well-designed base, and those high-level walls sometimes can cause your super wall breakers not to get through on the first attempt. For the most part, they did. There was 1 or 2 spots where they didn't, and we had to send in another one, but we're just, again, focusing on the outside loot first, then trying to get those wall openings, and finally the tertiary goal is to send in the log launcher and the heroes and hope that they open a path all the way to the town hall, which they did not right here, but with a little bit of haste, a little bit of ingenuity, and a jump spell, we are of course going to get all the way to the town hall. And again, that is going to be the key. If you want to make sure you're always going to be gaining trophies, here's living proof that you can wipe out a maxed out Town Hall 14 for at least 1 star every single time. We had troops left over, so we went ahead and went after the remaining loot. We're not going to quite get all of it. We had to make a decision here and go after the treasury rather than the gold and the elixir storages on either side. We did get the treasury down eventually right here, which you will notice gives us more loot than one or the other of those storages would have. So not a perfect 3-star the loot raid, but nonetheless felt good to take that much out of a fully maxed out Town Hall 14. Let's move on to the status report for Gold Pass Clash and talk about the trophy level. Staying relatively steady, although I do feel like we could drop down to even Master 3 and be safe and pick up lots of big bases. We have 140 points. That was key to get those 10% discounts. The gems, I gained gems this episode because of the fact that we had so many from the end of the last season. The heroes gained levels as well. The next goals are Camp and Champ, or Champ and Camp, and Galafam, thank you again for making it all the way to the end of the episode. So get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, week, month, and year. Be kind to other people, animals, and the planet, and I hope to see every last one of you back here again tomorrow for more Full Attacks.
Galadon, I always one gem down there before I get the gold pass, and I accidentally spend gems. How do I avoid it?